Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. Doing a little full self-driving video for you today down to the Las Vegas Strip, so let's get started. Alright, this will be my first Tesla video of 2023. Like I said, I meant to... Nope, already not off to a great start. Meant to post one yesterday, but of course, I got a new mic for Christmas and I was messing around with it, recording a video. And of course, by the time I get it back home and I plug it in, I'm like, oh, this mic placement was horrible. It was very just gross and not working. So my goal for 2023 is one of them is to, post better videos for all of you. We'll see how full self-driving does. See, like, supposed to be in the all the way left lane, or right lane, excuse me. There we go. And need to go two more. Nope, there's two disengagements already. We need to go all the way over here. And it just wasn't doing that for me. Like I said, full self-driving has not been the best here in Las Vegas. And this is going to be raw footage, nothing really edited at all. I'm not going to speed anything up. We're going to go on this 27-minute journey down to the Strip together. Really what I'm looking for is, so I have plenty of subscribers now to get monetized, but of course now I'm just missing the watch hours. For those of you not familiar with YouTube and monetization, how it works, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which means, if I post a 1 hour long video, 4,000 people need to watch it for the whole hour for me to get, 4,000 watch hours. Originally, I had way more than that, but of course, YouTube pretty much every day goes back the last 365 days and, takes all your watch hours and averages them out. Which, of course, like I had some great videos of when I first picked up my Model Y and did all that. And now all those videos basically don't mean anything. So now I'm just sitting here like, oh, crap. So we're going to get some more watch hours. I'll post some FSD stuff. We'll talk about some Tesla stuff. It's Sunday here in Vegas. Up here, at least in the north part of the Strip, or north part of Vegas, there's nobody on the road. Once we actually get a bit further down, there will be a lot more. If you're not following on my on Twitter, please go follow me on Twitter, Matt Wallace 1701. For the past 14 days, I've been tweeting Elon every single day, asking him for a Cybertruck update. With, of course, nothing yet. I doubt I'll ever hear anything, but you never know, because a lot of us in Tesla, we've decided that 2023 is called Year of the Cybertruck. It could be year of whatever, but no, it's Year of the Cybertruck. I know he did say that the Roadster was supposed to come out this year, but I haven't heard anything about that either. But yes, 2023 is, like I said, Year of the Cybertruck. I'm anxiously waiting for that thing to come out, and me and Omar and John on Twitter, we've and Dirty Tesla too, and Chris, we've had so many questions about this damn thing that we have no idea. Big question for me, I know we expected deliveries here mid-2023, whatever that means, but of course with this random quad motor that Elon has talked about, I want to know more about that. What is this quad motor that he said? Because not only said, oh, quad motor deliveries are going to start first. Okay. Because, I ordered a tri-motor back in the day, because that was the top of the line, and now here's this random quad motor that we've never heard of. Someone did bring up a good point. Maybe it has something to do with the quad steering and all that, so maybe that's the use for a quad motor. Because the funny thing is, Tesla's semi delivery event occurred last month in December, and the Tesla Semi, alone from its huge battery, only has three motors. Three, the same carbon wrap sleeve motors that are in the Plaids, and there's only three. So what is the point of a quad motor other than for that quad steering? We're all speculating at the moment. I know there's a lot of Tesla Cybertruck groups out there that either they post a bunch of FUD or bless their hearts, it's the people asking the same questions, like, I ordered mine a year after it came out. When will I get mine? And like all these questions, like honestly, people just don't know. Or will it fit in my garage? How heavy is it? What do we like? People, we know nothing about this thing. I had absolutely nothing about it anymore, other than, like I said in one of my other videos, no door handles, quad motor, quad steering. That's about it. That's all I know. But we shall see. In other news, there's a petition going around that FSD put out. If you haven't, I'll leave it in the description below, but basically he petitioned the IRS to change the tax code because somehow the 5-seater Tesla Model Y, aka this car that we're driving in right now, was excluded completely from the $7,500 EV tax credit, which I wholeheartedly disagree with. Like, you know, I'm not a big fan of tax credits, period. Like, I'm just not a big fan. If it was more of a tax incentive, like, you know, maybe if every car sold, they gave it to Tesla, so like, you know, when I go pick up my car, I get it for $7,500 off, I'd be okay with that. But this whole having to file your taxes, and if you don't make enough to get the full tax credit, it's just confusing. The tax code is confusing, but yes, the Tesla Model Y 5-seater is not included in the tax credit, the $7,500 tax credit. Yet cars such as the Jeep Wrangler plug-in hybrid, I think it's called like the 4xe or something like that, does get the tax credit, and it only gets 21 miles of EV range. I 100% disagree with that. Like, it's combined like EV, like, you know, MPG is like 20. This car is like 130 MPG, like equivalent. So the fact that it's 20, it still gets the tax credit. Another one is one that's Audi has a plug-in hybrid as well, and it's assembled, I think in Mexico, and it still gets the full $7,500 tax credit. Like the Model Y is the number one most American vehicle out of the lineup, with the Tesla Model 3 I think being number 3 now. I believe the Mustang is still number 2. I haven't looked at the list recently, but the fact that the number one most American car is not getting the tax credit is kind of BS in my opinion. Well, 19 minutes left to go. We're just letting the car do the driving. We're just along for the ride, other than, you know, we're paying attention as we should be. I think there's like 285,000 people in FSD beta right now, which that's awesome. Some of those that were there, like, you know, since the beginning, like the first like 10 people, growing from like, you know, 10 people all the way up to 285,000 is pretty impressive. Like, there's definitely nothing on the market like this right now. I know pretty much, like, if you bought a Tesla recently and, you know, you bought full self-driving or you want to subscribe, either or, you can pretty much get it right away. None of this having to wait, none of having to do this safety score beta BS, which, you know, we all hate. So really no more of that. You get it instantly, which, you know, it's awesome. Like I said, if you're one of those new testers, just make sure you're just paying a lot of attention. Ooh, and also, if you're new to my channel and have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. Definitely helps me out a lot. I feel bad begging for subscribers and views and all that, but I guess with YouTube, that's kind of the way of the game. Like I said, my goals for 2023, you know, I'm going to put out better videos out there. I'm going to work on a new, I'm going to reach out to somebody, get like, you know, like a nice new refreshed intro video, get a nice outro video going for 2023. I'm looking to get monetized still on YouTube, where we have half of the piece of the puzzle. Now we need the other half to get that monetization, you know, just as a side hustle aside from my Air Force career. But, you know, Vegas has been treating me very well. Vegas is great. I love it so far. It's been pretty awesome. If you haven't come out to Vegas or haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. All right, so the car's trying to get over, even though there's plenty of room. Which I'm hoping with version 11. Version 11 is actually tracked, I think Elon said here, in 2 weeks, which standard Elon fashion. But as you can see, the car is not using full self-driving right now. It is only using navigate on autopilot, which is, compared to full self-driving, is extremely dumb, intelligence-wise, compared to full self-driving. No, full self or navigate on autopilot works great if you're on the highway. I 100% recommend it if you're taking a a road trip, but yeah, you can see by the lack of colors, there's no colors, there's no nothing, just the blue stripe. That means that we're only using Navigate and Autopilot. But supposedly in version 11, which we're actually not getting version 11, we're not getting version 11.1 or 11.2. We're actually getting version 11.3 here, I guess, in a couple of weeks. But in theory, I think they said version 11 or 11.3 in our instance is going to have full self-driving now on the highway, which great success. We're getting closer. But I think the thing I'm waiting for the most is the Advanced Smart Summon, or ASS as it's called, because Advanced Smart Summon is that really big piece of the puzzle in terms of full self-driving, because full self-driving, it'll take me all the way up to the parking lot, and then it just kind of stops and just sits there, doesn't know what to do. But with the Advanced Smart Summon combined with full self-driving, in theory, I'm not sure how this will work, but I'll be able to get out of my car at the front of the store, wherever I'm at, and then the car should be able to go park itself. And then when I'm ready, I can call the car, and it will come to the front and come pick me up. I'm still very nervous about that, though. Like, it's not the fact that I don't trust the car. Yes, I'm sure it will have some problems, but it's really more people around the car that I'm more concerned with. Because one, people seeing a car driving around with nobody in it will be interesting enough as it is. And then, of course, there's the legal issues, like, car gets in a wreck, who's responsible? Because I don't see the car hitting anything or getting, hitting anybody or anything. I think it's going to be somebody else hitting the car, and then them trying to blame the car, which I love when that happens. I see that all the time. I think it's like Wham Bam, Tesla Cam, whatever it's called, but, or people, hitting Teslas, like, oh, this is all your fault, oh my God, like, I'm going to sue you for everything I got, but then they look on the camera, and like, or you just tell them, like, hey, my car records everything, right, especially crashes, and then, their stance kind of changes a bit on that one, like, oh, oops, it's my fault. Really, but this hasn't happened to me yet, fortunately. I'm very fortunate for this, but, I am on the Tesla Owners of Las Vegas Facebook page, and I've seen a lot of people posting there that their Teslas are getting keyed, which is kind of sad that people are doing that. But the most recent one I saw is this lady went out of her way. She parked next to the Tesla. She opened up both the side doors, and she's just sitting there. And she's not even keying the car in a traditional fashion. She is straight up carving initials in this person's Tesla. And I feel so bad for them. Their beautiful car, and somebody's deciding that they're jealous or whatever they are, just deciding to mess up this person's car that they've done nothing to anybody else. Same with people unplugging people's Teslas out of standard chargers, like not Tesla chargers, but like if you don't have a Karen lock on your car, there's a high likely that people will unplug your car from the charger. So I think some places selling Abstract Ocean, there's a bunch. You can just Google Tesla Karen lock and it will come up. Sorry, lots of talking. Need to get my caffeine fix. Decided I wanted to get out just in time before the sun sets. Once, I'm still using my iPhone 14, and as great as their cameras are, they do not do well at night. So we're going to get some footage here during the daytime. What else? Oh, yeah, I guess, Tesla Supercharger Network. Still a big fan of the Supercharger Network. It got me all the way from South Carolina here to Vegas, literally without even breaking a sweat. I had no worries. I had no range anxiety. I had nothing. I did see some picture recently of a Ford F-150 Lightning that was fried by an Electrify America charger. That hasn't been confirmed yet, though. I don't know if maybe it was just an issue with the truck. Not sure. So don't take that with a grain of salt, whether that was actually, it actually fried the truck. But this goes back to, the charging network that's not Tesla as a whole. I'm not a big fan of them at all, because it's not as simple as the car is taking me all the way to the supercharger right now without even like it's nothing. if you were to buy another EV, such as, Rivian, Lucid, Ford, like anything else other than a Tesla, you're going to have to put in some work. You're going to have to download a plethora of apps to find, the nearest charging station. And guess what? Most of them probably aren't going to work. I know there was a crazy winter storm that happened a few weeks ago, right before the Christmas holiday. Like, some places got into the negative 50s, and people weren't able to charge their cars because it was too cold for their vehicles. Let's see if the car picks up this digital speed sign. Nope, it doesn't. So that's something negative here, is the car has trouble seeing digital speed limit signs. And of course, down here at the strip there's a bunch of them. But back to the charging network. So yeah, like I said, I'm all for EVs. I love EVs. But the charging network just isn't there. If you want to buy one as a commuter, like say if you're here local in Vegas and you want to drive one, like back and forth to work, cool. Like get that non-Tesla if you want. But like I think the cheapest EV on the market right now is the Chevy Bolt, believe it or not. I know there's a dealership up here near my house that has like 7 of them, I think, at the moment, maybe around like 27 grand. Guess what? That car qualifies for the $7,500 tax credit. So you could potentially walk away with a Chevy Bolt for under 20 grand, which, that's pretty good. I'm hoping that's where Tesla gets here eventually. I know there's big rumors of the Model 2, as they call it. That's supposed to be their code their $25,000 EV to rival the market. But I know Tesla's trying. I know they had to up them costs, but they're bringing them down. I know they're reducing costs in every country except for the U.S. for now. I know in China they just reduced the cost of their Teslas, and people were lining up like crazy to go order one. Like I'm saying, like there was like 20,000 people at the Tesla showrooms in China trying to order one, which is crazy. Speaking of Chevy Bolt, there's one right behind me. Looks like it's got a little Uber sign, and a guy does Uber in it. That would actually be a great idea. Pick up a cheap EV and go do like Uber Eats, or I haven't done Uber or Uber Eats here yet in Vegas. I was debating on getting back into it. I don't know if I would do Uber though. I've taken Ubers near the strip, and it is a nightmare. So maybe I'll stick with like Uber Eats up near my side of town, just because there's so many restaurants. I think it'd be pretty advantageous. I've just been focusing on other things in the meantime. I'm still filming houses out here. I know some people love them, maybe some people don't. I'm not really sure, but it's fun. I love going like to brand new model homes, especially ones that I can't afford here, and film those and walk through them, because Vegas does have beautiful homes here. They're just a little expensive in my opinion. I know even the community where I live, there's like 30 plus homes that aren't sold right now. So of course I'm just waiting for them to drop those, and now my house is going to be, I'm going to be flipped on my home that I just bought like 2 months ago. Yeah, so now we got these overhead digital signs, but there's the one off to the right. We'll see if we can see it. No, doesn't see it either. It is having some trouble with the sun, which is, I'm really hoping that the new hardware does something better with the sun. Like even though the sun's off to our like 2 o'clock here, it's still like something did come up that was having like autopilot was struggling due to like limited visibility. But if you drive like directly into the sun, like FSD autopilot is not going to work. It's just gonna, if it really gets bad enough, it'll just tell you need to take over. It'll beep and freak out at you and all that. But for the most part, yeah, FSD's working pretty well. So I'm wondering, I'm really curious if Tesla lost the yoke battle. What I mean by that is the S and the X, which came standard with a yoke. Now you have the option to have a steering wheel. Now they redesigned the yoke, and now there's a steering wheel option you can have as well. Those deliveries start here soon. You can also, if you have a refresh X or an S and you want a steering wheel, you can retrofit it. I think it's like $700 for that. So either, I think maybe Tesla finally low-key admitted they were wrong, like, hey, maybe this wasn't the best design. Because like I've said, the yoke is great, I love it. The only time I don't love it is when, you know, full self-driving is engaged, because, you know, instead of seeing, like, you know, the steering wheel doing all the turning, like, because really you don't see it unless you see the center turning. You see this big brick turning, and it's annoying. It's weird. Still love the yoke, though. I still like it. I'm gonna go on the record saying that I do love the yoke, but if I had to go back to a steering wheel, wouldn't care. I just love the Tesla as a whole. And see, now that we're on the strip, is, you know, that traffic is starting. We'll see how the car does. We're about to go right into the sun here. It's probably might freak out a little bit. Yeah, full self-driving is back on now that we're off the freeway. Nice. Penn and Teller still performing at the Rio. I think for the past like 20 years they've been there. And there's the Mirage. The Mirage is actually kind of no more. They got bought out by the Hard Rock, and they actually have huge plans to turn it into a Hard Rock guitar-shaped hotel. I'm really curious how that's going to look whenever that's done someday. Yep, whoa, that dude's cool. Yep, I'm still on the version 6.9.25. It's still the newest one. Nobody's received anything newer yet. I haven't done a video with this one yet, so I'm curious how we'll do down here at the link. Like I said, this is my favorite supercharger I think that I've been to in all of Las Vegas, just because I get to destination charge there for free, and there's a nice little gate. It's a nice gated area. There's always people there, so I don't gotta worry about people messing with my car. And it's a nice close walk to, you know, the big casinos like the Bellagio and the Caesars and all that. So yep, it's a Sunday. Let's see how lots of people are leaving today, which, even though lots of people leave on Sundays, apparently a lot of people don't. I've been trying to, like, you know, I'll try to like come down here to eat, and even on a Sunday or a Monday, you still need reservations. It's just packed here. Like, Vegas is just popping all the time. Nope, never mind. Yep, so to get to the link, we need to be in this left lane, which, you know, I tried to do, but it's like, it's too busy, never mind. Maybe we'll try later, but so far we have two disengagements, and that was in the beginning of the trip, which I guess in full self-driving's defense, those roads up there in North Vegas are super weird. The way that they're painted, and a lot of the places, the paint, like the paint in the road has started to like, it's worn off. So, like, you know, me as a normal driver, like, you know, I can tell like where the lane is and all that, but the car can't. So it's doing its best, but that's just one of those things. I know a lot of people say that, you know, full self-driving is level 5 and, you know, robo-taxi ready now, and I wholeheartedly disagree with that. There's no way that, because when I mean full, like, level 5, that I can take off the steering wheel, I can take off the pedals down below, and I can drive, or my car will drive me around with zero incident. It's not there yet. We're not even close, in my opinion. Come on. Oh, there we go. On the left lane. So, but now it needs to get, so there's a double turn lane coming up here. It needs to get into the right one, not the left one, because if not, we're going to get into this huge, eventually a left turn only, and that's just not where I want to go. People are so angry here. But let's see what it does. I think, yeah, people are leaving. CES was actually here in town, which I didn't get into that, but heard there was a lot of cool tech that was displayed at CES. Yeah, see, it wants to go over there. Like, I don't want it to go into that lane. I want to go into this lane. So there's 3 disengagements so far. So, yeah, see, it slowly still wants to try to get over there, but I'm not going to let it do it. I'm tired of, you know, because we're going to get into this left lane and turn, and then I'm going to immediately have to cut off all these people to get into the right lane, and I absolutely hate that. So the car's kind of halfway cocked. Like it wants to go over there, I can tell, but no, not today, car. trying to think, is there anything else Tesla related I can cover before we pull up to the supercharger and end this video? Yep, talked about the tax credit. We talked about the supercharger network. Talked about the Cybertruck, you know, my absolute favorite topic. I do owe y'all a kind of year in review on this car. I think I've driven this car. This car's like 25,000 miles on it since I bought it in October of 2021. So I owe you a video. That's the video I tried to shoot yesterday, which turned out, the audio just turned out so poorly. I finally found a private place, somewhat private place to film, because that's the hard part. I was going to film in my garage, but that just looks corny, and I don't want to do that. But I might be forced to. We'll see. Yep, here's everything the Tesla sees. As you can see, it's just busy. I do like the new kind of updated user interface. They finally brought your destination timing up here, like in the full screen, because before you would go full screen, like full self-driving, and other than, you know, it would bring up how long until your turn, but that was it. So, but now it brings up, you know, the destination, the percentage, and the timing and all that we're going to get there. So that's pretty cool. Cool on Tesla. The one thing they did get rid of with the new update is if you have the home link, they got rid of the nice big home link button here. It's now up there at the top, which I know some people were kind of complaining about that. It's not a big deal for me, but I know a lot of people weren't liking that because it is annoying when Tesla changes where stuff is. I'm not a big fan of change either, but it is what it is. All right, so at least it's keeping us still here in the right lane, because yeah, we'd be here in the left lane, and this left lane is to get into, you know, like to go valet and go park at the link. And we don't want that. We want to park at the back. Bring it to big thing I like about this. So if you've never parked at this one before, so it has the code right there to get in. Remember, unless you have like a Caesars Platinum card and all that, parking is not free here. So keep that in mind. But if you like to destination charge, oh really? Did they change this? See, I don't think this is a lane, or is it? No, this is not a lane. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I don't think this is a lane. Yep, we'll see what the car does. It's supposed to go right here, which it's not, so I'm going to take over. Yep, so everyone's waiting with the code. There's been plenty of times where I've had to help people get in here because, you know, a lot of people don't know about the code. I'm guilty about that my first time as well. It's because normally I'm just, oh, I'll press the ticket and get in. Nope, you have to enter the code, and then you press the little ticket button, get your ticket, and go in. Maybe. Oh, yep, now we just figured out the code, guys. Interesting. I think somebody just howled or barked at me. I'm not really sure. Oh, yes, he got in. Next. Of course, there's no room, so I will wait here for the time being. Oh, already forgot the code, darn it. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Ooh, the supercharger and the destination chargers are popping today. Maybe the secret's out on this this awesome supercharger. Oh, no, there's plenty of destination. Oh, I'm dumb. Tried to roll my window before the damn ticket was ready. Sweet, we got our ticket and we are good to go. Let's see, I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, it is busy here. Lots of people here for charging their car. But in my opinion, like I said, this is the best supercharger in all of Las Vegas. I definitely enjoy it. Like I said, there were the superchargers, and then here's the destination chargers here, which, like I said, if you're, you know, if you got to pay for parking anyway, why not charge your car for free? Because all this is free. All this destination charging is for free. So it's definitely kind of the hidden gem. But that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is I'm gonna start doing a little bit longer videos, mainly for watch hours. That's all I need. Hopefully you enjoyed listening to me talk for the past like 30 minutes. But if you did enjoy the video, please hit that thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button below. Helps me out a ton. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. See ya!